Alright.
I should
Here
probably
we go.
locate a restroom.
About to enter this portal. Looks like some notes about taking iodine before and after entering the portal here. A little bit more supplies. Let's go see where we're gonna end up. Alright. Some bright fluorescent trees. We are in Far Garden. Some alien wheat that we can take with us. It looks like we got ourselves our first alien. Now, that guy in the regular game would usually only fire once, and he's firing 3 times here, so I think that has something to do with Apocalypse mode. We're gonna try and get a jump on him here. As he's shooting some birds. Start wailing on him. He's jumping around. Dodge those attacks. Come on. Ooh, okay. He teleports. And that hurt. That hurt a lot, actually. Alright, we got him. Let's cut him up real quick. Oh, we got a little heart. What do you know? Geiger counter from, looks like, I don't know how that guy got trapped in there. And now, just look how beautiful this place looks. I know a lot of people compare this to Half-Life's Zen, especially if you play Black Mesa, the newer version. It's just like, there's a lot of beauty in like the trees and whatnot, and the alien kind of like fauna here. We got a second Exor to kill. But yeah, like, this whole place seems like a really beautiful place. We got a few more journal entries actually now that we're here, and this thing's called an Exor. Kind of like, again, I compare it to Half-Life a lot, but it's kind of like the Vortigaunt in Half-Life, even the beam attack he's doing, except this one seems to be doing 3 at once. So we're gonna try and get the drop on this guy as well. Keep getting the sweet. Later. Should be down this path here. Oh, there he is. Hopefully he didn't see us here yet. He's coming around, so maybe we can ambush him here. Come on, just a little bit. Oh, guess he's not. Alright, come on. Come on, don't turn around. Or at least don't see me if you turn around. Ooh. Wait. Come on. Oh, we're spotted. Let's go. Let's go time. Come on. Oh, okay. Ooh, this armor is barely keeping me alive here. Oh! Gotta lock in. We're real close to dying. Okay. Oh, come on. You can't just be teleporting like that. That's cheating. Where are you? Where are you? Shooting the rock. Oh, how am I not dead? Okay. This is a lot tougher when you take more damage. Ooh. Just grazed me. Come on, get over here. There we go. Alright. Now with that guy dead, let's try and get a heart from him as well. He's gonna be really useful later. That there is a beehive. However, I know better than to mess with it until I have a proper protection for it. Anyways, you can see I love like this place. It's nice and bright. But here's Mance again. Looks
Dr.
like
Derek Mance reporting.
from the
Research
Director,
Director,
team that was
Gate
sent here.
Cascade Research Facility. Anteverse 2 is an enigma. A world made of worlds. Each of them different, yet seeded with similar life. We know a few certain facts. The energy moves more slowly there, making growth, evolution, and change a more gradual process. We know, too, that materials transplanted from Anteverse B to our own are energy dense. Biochemistry occurs much more rapidly. But how did these creatures evolve? The presence of life, complex life, confounds everything we know about evolution. Was an external force involved? Only further study can tell us.
And it looks like we're already at the end. I like this personally myself, as it's a nice little introduction to Portal Worlds, and you can see it brought us back here in the office sector. Once again at the end here. It's a little nighttime. Let me kill these pests, but essentially it brought us a little bit forward ahead, where that elevator went off. Here, let's show you guys in just a sec. Yeah, Silo 2. That's where that portal was. You can see it back out there. So now we are up into, I think it's the executive offices between silos 2 and 3. And we're gonna just try and gather a bunch of stuff. Avoid the electric water trap. And up here we actually have a little check-in terminal. This is like a respawn point for if you don't want to respawn in your bed, but you want to respawn at like the beginning of a sector. It's pretty nice because the default is cafeteria, where our base already is, so it doesn't really matter that much. And yeah,
Here
got
at the Gate Cascade
TV
Research
here to
Facility,
tell us
you'll
about
have
portals.
access to cutting-edge tools,
Probably
equipment,
just gonna skip
and
that for now. But yeah, it's nighttime, so I'm gonna have to be careful because I believe there is a second security bot up here. And I did not bring my little cheesy choppinator trick. As it is, probably should go ahead and bring a card up here, but I'm gonna grab what I can beforehand. Always kind of forget that when you're early on into the game and you don't have like a lot of armor, weapons, and whatnot, nighttime can actually be kind of scary because you don't really know what's out there in the dark, let alone if you're ready to even fight something. But we're gonna... Oh yeah, I brought my cart with me, never mind, so we're good. We're gonna start ransacking this place. Ooh, that's what I mean. There's the security bot right there. Just gonna kinda wait here. Now, you might notice the water effects coming off me. That is from the anteverse I was just in. The completing an anteverse gives you like a little buff every time you go through it. So in this case it's making me moist, which decreases the amount of water I need. It's kind of nice. I've never truly found a lot of use of trying to go from one antiverse into another, just try and complete them as fast as possible to stack the buffs, because I think the buffs only last like 5 minutes, so it's not even fast at the end. Oh gosh, the coworker, he's a creepy little dude. You can actually feed him stuff like excess food. We might consider feeding him some of our snacks later on when we get some better cooking going, but you can feed him like snack foods and stuff, or your excess food, and he can give you some basic office supplies like some pens and staplers, which I know at least the latter, staplers, get used a lot later on in the game, so he's just like an extra way to get resources, I guess. Alright, gonna finish ransacking. Again, office sector, you get a lot of computer stuff early on, so... And
This is
here's
Dr.
Mance
Derek
again, so I'll
Mance.
leave him for you
As
guys.
our understanding of perforation technology grows, we have discovered new facets of its physical laws. One of the most fascinating is temporal tethering. Each entry to an antiverse seems to start a timer, which resets after a given period.
Hey, if you're
As though a
tired,
band
feel
of
free to lay
time
down. I won't
stretches
tell the
before
boss.
snapping back to its origin. I'm confident we will understand this phenomenon in time, but until we do, it violates a dozen scientific principles.
So yeah, that's just him explaining a mechanic in this game, where I believe it's like every 3 to 4 days you'll get a message with the portal worlds resetting, and when they reset, they reset all the materials that you got, pretty much setting everything back to 0. I believe the only thing that's different though is you can leave and make bases in these worlds. So anything you set up will stay, but other resources and stuff will redo. Oh my gosh, okay, so that security bot killed those aliens, but apparently still not in his charging port. That is weird. I'm gonna take a map here. We'll come back, hopefully he'll move. Neat little thing, there's kind of shortcuts around the map like that. Get the heck out of here, dude. Pair this for free construction XP. But yeah, little shortcuts and hidden ways, like connecting those 2 rooms via that little shortcut there through the vent. We can actually go, once we get rid of him, to one of that supply closet after kind of loot this stuff. I'll need to bring the card around again, and voila, we open the supply closet from the inside. Kind of weird that it's locked from the inside, but who knows. Let's see if that security bot's gone. Just gonna dump things in here. Another nice thing, that queue to sort all of same item definitely helps a lot in the long run when you need to like sort through stuff and just need to dump things in likeness. Really nice. Security bot was in its holster, so I think it's still probably, maybe it's stuck in the window. That window to that other office. Could go give it a check. Yeah, it do be stuck. Okay. I don't know if it's okay. Kind of stuck in the window. Nope, it's not. Okay, we're gonna run away. Let's see if it will go back in its stock. Please forget about me. I'm still detected for some reason, so maybe it won't detect me if I go into this office or hide in this air vent. Maybe it might give up. I really need to organize a bit more. Okay, lost it. Hopefully it's gonna go back so I can reclaim my cart safely. But yeah. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, it's back in its charging dock. We got looks like an employee up in the vent there that we'll go check out in a minute. Gotta try and get everything I can here. Alright. It's extra dark. Just gonna grab everything off the shelves with the vacuum. Some much needed books and magazines to make that makeshift armor. A little bit of food from this past bio scrap. Still, every little bit's gonna help in the long run here. Alright. It looks like there's a terminal in the corner, but I'm just gonna get some quick construction XP. Oop, okay. Nest making me bounce. Screws. Steal the stuff off those desks real quick. Alright, let's see what this terminal has to say. Blue keycards. We may have an issue in the office. The new security bots are walking security holes. I just learned from Mayfield they carry access data everywhere they go. Anyone who gets their hands on a CPU from one of the security bots could hack through any door in this sector. I appreciate the concern for safety, Richard, but we're confident in our security procedures. Someone would have to get into the facility to access the bots in the first place, and at that point, we got bigger problems. Alright, a little picture of our security door here. And something else. An infrared JPEG for an infrared emitter. Xers. I doubt it's a surprise to anyone, but these A2 entities are pretty dangerous. We analyzed the specimen you brought back. They're smart, but we can't tell if they're actually intelligent yet. Kath's running MCC tests thought it's hard. Their bioelectrical systems are off the charts. They keep frying our equipment. Also, we need an actual name for them. Xers? I've clarified this before. A2 is not Planet X. It's not even just a planet. I don't know why this nickname is still sticking around. Folks, it's Xor. I found them, I get to name them. Mance agrees that is fair. Begrudgingly, no doubt. And we got a picture of them from Far Garden. Alright, night lights. Derek, I need any information you have on this IS that looks like glowing floating lights. A sort of will-o'-the-wisp. I'm sure you know the one. It seems to react to glass or something. We don't have anything in containment like that, Bridget. I spoke to Dr. Riggs about it, and she hasn't encountered anything like that either. Let me know if that changes, but don't mention this to anyone. Alright, and then looks like we have a picture of those anomalies that show up at night. So, it's kind of saying that we can capture them in the vials that we learned to make earlier. From what I know, they're mostly only used for like trading and fertilizer, so I don't really think we need to deal with them for a while, but maybe we will down the road. Okay, so I'm just going to speed things up again for you guys, as it's just going to be a lot of me going back and forth here. I'm just going to bring the cart down, unload all the resources we just gathered, and prepare to come back up here to rinse and repeat. I just figured I'd show you guys some of the basic exploration. Cool little thing here, because the cart is a vehicle, I could just walk right over the electrified field without taking damage. Weird, and I have no idea if the devs will ever fix that, but either way, I find it kind of cool. Anyway, so I guess you saw how Far Garden was. Honestly, I love the beauty. It does remind me a lot of like Black Mesa's Zen. It's got cool little alien things, and I think it's a nice, almost like tutorial portal world, where early on it allows you to kind of just go through just to really experience that there are like these different antiverses. It's weird. They're not sure. They never qualified if they're like an alien planet or if they're some sort of alternate universe or whatnot. Either way is pretty cool. I'm just gonna set up this potato I got to be a farm, so that way we can grow it infinitely. Potatoes can only be grown through potatoes, so the tomato seeds are fine. They don't rot. Gonna build up some more armor too here, because that Exor fight was kind of rough, and I'm gonna need it for stuff later on. So basically kind of what some of those recordings were saying though, was that these antiverses have some weird phenomenon where they like respawn stuff, which is kind of the devs' fancy way of respawning in loot without us having to go find new things, which is honestly, in my opinion, a really good way of making this respawn mechanic work for a closed world map such as this, and I'd congratulate them for doing so. Anyways, I repaired a bunch of my stuff using duct tape like you saw there. Like I said, duct tape, probably only real use besides a few crafting recipes. Easy fixing your stuff without needing to go get materials for it. This saves me a little bit of my scrap. And let's head back up to go for round 2 of clearing out the executive offices. just keep my stockpile of water growing with these water coolers. Magazines. This makeshift armor actually has a nice buff that allows me to increase my carry weight with a set bonus. Another kind of cool thing I like about this game is just the armor set bonuses. Okay, let's see. Got pretty much everything of use here. Just a few loose tidbits. I don't need an extra knife. But let's try and get up here to talk to this guy.
It's not my fault. I work on power cells, not portals. They take them into Silo 3, and I never see them again.
Okay, so
Oh,
Silo 3.
this is worse than last
there.
time.
I could probably take one of these chairs and use that to climb. Make a makeshift ladder up here. Anything else, dude?
They say evacuate. How are we supposed to do that? Science isn't good or evil, it's just science. Oh, this is worse than last time.
I don't know, you would beg to differ. Alright. Fight here in the vents. Make a nice roast. Ripping pipes out of the walls like your local crack dealer or crack fiend. Alright, so I know these things will break if you stand right on top in like the middle area. So, and I don't feel like breaking my legs currently. So we're just gonna stick to the sides and see what else we can grab here in the vents. Missed. Good old wall, providing so much protection for us. Alright. Careful around here. We got another one over there. Just abuse the environment for our advantage. Alright. Heading this way. Back towards the elevator. And you might be able to make the helmet. Yeah, you can see the short-circuiting generator. And we can get a free sneak attack for some sneak XP. It's actually probably the easiest way to get sneak XP in my opinion, is just sneak attacking enemies rather than just sitting by and letting them not notice you, I guess. It's kinda, I think the sneak attack gives you like 5 times the XP, so it's kinda nice. But yeah, that leads back. Let's go ahead and head back this way for a minute. You can see down that other path if it had like a broken vent or something that hopefully we won't fall through. Keep moving this way. Alright, if I stick to the side, away from the hole, maybe. Nope. And I sprained my leg, I think. Okay. Maybe I'll break something in here. Nope, that actually packaged. I'm surprised. Come on. Things are working. Okay. The 21% chance to break broke versus the 41. That's crazy. Alright, let's get ourselves patched up so I can walk. First aid up. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna speed things up again for you guys because this is back to another moment of just clearing things out like the data farm. Not the most exciting thing, but may as well just kind of talk to you guys here now for a while as we clear out the executive offices. There's probably like another data point here that I can show you in a minute, but until then, here we are. Now, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about co-op. Co-op definitely cuts down the time of this in general, especially if everyone decides to take like their own crates and stuff. Or sorry, not crates, carts. It means that you guys can carry tons of stuff a lot more faster in general. We're gonna have a raid tonight, looks like. But yeah, looks like we do have a recording. I will slow it down for you guys to hear it here in just a sec. But yeah, co-op can help you with the grabbing all these items and stuff a lot earlier in the game, as well as later on. It can help cut down a lot of the work in general, but that's just kind of it with every survival game. Anyway, here's Mance.
Dr. Derek Mance, Cascade. The first instances of IS-064 appeared barely seconds after our first successful preparation. It appears to exude a fog or mist that has overtaken Flat Hill entirely. The surviving residents have been evacuated and a cordon established around the town, hiding chemicals. The residents, not to mention our counterparts at the EPA, are less than impressed. But the knowledge we already gained, even in this short time, is beyond value.
Alright, so Flat Hill sounds like another place that they've been doing experiments on. So it's probably where we're heading to next, wherever that may be. Probably another portal world for us to explore. But yeah, co-op really helps a lot with both splitting up tasks, combat, and whatnot, as you would probably expect. It would cut down a lot. Although it can, depending I guess who one you play with, really cut down on some of the horror, because like nighttime and stuff isn't as scary when you have somebody making jokes and stuff in your headset as you're playing. But either way, I figure later on in this channel's life we'll introduce you guys to more friends of mine, and you can see the goofiness that we get ourselves into. Alright, so I think we will be wrapping stuff up here as we're finishing up collecting the last little bits here in the executive suites. And I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. See ya.